go ahead and say amen. So guys, good evening. Tonight is a very special night. Yes, it is my anniversary, but it is also the day that we are going to be discussing freedom. It is our call tonight. Freedom, guys. Go ahead and just type freedom in the chat. And our first, guys, this is not going to be a long call, guys, but how important is freedom? What is freedom? Freedom is the ability to be able to think the way that you need to think. It's the ability to be able to do what it is that you need to do to fulfill the mission that is you've been called over your life. So how many people are really free? Do we understand that freedom for you and freedom for me may look completely different? Freedom for somebody that's in hospital right now, fighting for their life, is completely different from somebody who is fighting for financial freedom. Freedom for somebody that is behind prison bars right now is completely different from somebody who wants freedom to leave their country because maybe they are battling a war, or maybe they're battling, something that they want to get out of the way. And I urge you today to really understand, what does freedom look like for you? Sometimes we ask people, what is it that they want to achieve? And you hear terms like, freedom. I want to be financially free. I want to be spiritually free. I want to be mentally free. I want to be free. I just want to be free to live. Freedom for somebody who's in a domestic violence relationship is to break free from that control and to get away where they go to bed at night and feel safe. Every single person's freedom is completely different. And I want you tonight to remove all distractions, remove anything, any preconceived ideas, and ask yourself tonight, oh, I just seen Leota on the call. Hey, Leo, I love Leo. Leo has been here. Listen, I want you guys to just put Leo in the chat. Leota is, I have to stop this call right now because Leota is one of the OGs of Wealth Your Wealth. Leota has been here from day dot. She is listen, I love you, Leo. We have to catch her. I absolutely love this woman. She's a superstar. All right. So I really want us to tap into tonight. What does your freedom look like? What does your freedom actually look like? And what's the price that you're prepared to pay for the freedom that you say that you want? Because sometimes we say we want something, but do we really want that thing? Is it really the thing that you want? A lot of people, if I was to ask you guys what your why would be, you would say something, that maybe is not your why. And we're going to go there in a minute. So what is freedom, guys? F. Freedom is the ability to focus. Have you guys ever been in a situation where your focus has been taken away from you to the point where you don't even feel free? Where you can't even sleep at night because of fear, because of worry? Being free starts from the mind. To be able to focus. I want you to write focus on your bit of paper. I want you to write focus in the chat. The F stands for focus. What are you focusing on right now? What is the focus? When you look, and I'm not just talking from your physical eyes, the spiritual eye, when you look into yourself, what are you really focusing on? Do you understand what freedom means for you? And are you focusing on that thing? What is it that's going to really get you to that freedom is what you're focusing on. What are you looking at? What are the things that you're seeing on a daily basis? What do you invest your time into? What do you invest your emotions into? What do you invest your thoughts into? What do you focus on a daily basis? Now, R, guys, is the risk. Here we go. Risk. And we hear, we've done calls before about risk, and we hear the term risk and we automatically think negative. But how many of you have taken a risk and it paid off? Someone say me, Nikki. How many have taken a risk, right? You took a risk where everybody else felt like that risk was doomed. That thing that you were doing was completely wrecked. Guys, I remember, I was saying it, and some of you have seen my stories, and I've seen so many messages today. I remember meeting Anton on the 7th of October, 2016. And within 4 weeks, this gentleman proposed to me, and everybody told me it was going to fail. They said that this was a risk. You don't know this guy. You've never even met the guy. You've only spoke to him on the phone and video called him. I said, listen, I'm going to marry this man. They said it's a risk. They said that this guy, I didn't know him, he could be crazy. It was a risk. And here we are, 5 years later, married for 5 years. And I tell you this, guys, why did the risk pay off? Because since meeting this gentleman, since knowing this gentleman, since marrying this gentleman, my entire life has changed. He helped me to focus on who it was that I was. He helped me to focus on being the person that God had called me to be. He helped me to focus on my healing. He helped me to focus on being the best version of myself. He allowed me to accept this opportunity. You see, what you focus on, then what you allow, what risks you take, will determine your true freedom. The same people, guys, that were saying to me, it's a risk, don't marry this guy, you don't know him from nowhere. The same people, guys, that were saying that are nowhere to be seen right now. And so we got to make sure that we understand that in order to be free, there has to be a price that needs to be paid. You have to take a risk. What is the risk that you're willing to take for your freedom? What's the risk that you're willing to take? Now, yes, it's got to be calculated risk, but you got to take risk. You cannot. Think about it. Everything that's been a success for you so far, when you had your kids, when you took that job, when you did whatever you've done, studied, every single thing that has been a success in your life so far has taken a risk. You cannot get a reward without the risk. No pun. You can't. There is no reward without a risk, guys. Let me tell you this. You got to be vulnerable sometimes for your freedom. You got to put yourself on the line sometimes for the freedom. You are fight for that freedom. So how many of you are fighters? Where the warriors are on this call? When you're like, yo, Nikki, you don't even know what I'm going through right now. But I'm telling you, just the fact that I'm here today, just the fact that I'm showing up on this call, just the fact I got my camera on. Nikki, I'm telling you right now, you're speaking to me because I'm telling you that you don't even know what I've been through. You don't even know what I'm going through today. You don't even know what I went through this morning. Where do people like that understand? I get it that, you know, some of you, this call is going to be totally irrelevant because some of you are free. Some of you are free. You've been born into silver spoons and parents are rich, your grandparents are rich. But for the people on this call to know that your ancestors had to fight for some freedom. Some of your ancestors had to come here on a boat. Those of you in the UK, when they told them that there was the road paved with gold and they were going to come here and they were going to be multi-millions, some of them sold their farms in their country. Some of them gave up their jobs. Some of them had to fight. Some of them didn't have a passport for years, hiding under the radar. They had to take a risk just so some of us could be here today. Am I speaking to anybody that understands that the freedom that we have, especially if you're in the UK, the USA, Canada, or any kind of country where you understand that freedom for us right now looks a little way different. Where some of our grandparents, some of you better respect your grandparents, your great-grandparents. You ain't called them for a long time. Your mere existence, oh, you're focusing on the grind. Your mere grind, the fact that you even have the ability to grind is because some of them had to come under the radar to be able to be in this country so you could get the opportunities that you have. How dare you take for granted the opportunities that you have when our ancestors had to fight so hard for what we take for nothing? I even have that on my notes. That was deep. That was Holy Spirit right there. Put some 777s in the chat if you felt that. Come on now. So we have to take risks. We can't be scared of risk. We cannot be scared of risk because the risk is going to unlock the blessing. The risk is going to unlock the freedom. First E, guys. First E is empty. You see, in order for us to really be free, we got to empty the mind of the cages that we were once put in. We have to empty the mind of the restrictions that we were once taught. How many of you were taught that £10 extra a month was a blessing? That when the workplace told you, yes, you're getting a pay rise and you're going to get £10 before tax, and you were celebrating the chains of poverty. We got to break free. We got to empty ourselves from some of these old habits. Where the men out on the call? How many of your fathers or uncles taught you that having a bag of gal was normal. Being a gallus, having different girls in different locations. I believe there's even a song about that. Different girls in different area codes. Yeah. How many of you have to really retrain your mind and say, no, that's not the one, Nikki. I'm a one-woman man. Where the men are on the call who can say they're one-woman men? Because some of these old things, we got to empty. We got to empty some of the old paradigms. We got to really empty some of the old paradigms that we've been having. You cannot fill up the cup of freedom if you're still holding on to the chains of bondage. You cannot become free if you're still holding on to the chains of bondage. Oh, Nikki, they told me to stay at the back, stay quiet. Mum told me, don't leave the house and chat our business. Keep quiet. Hold on to all the negative energy. Anything that bad happens to us, we keep our mouth shut. We don't talk the things. No, some of us need counseling. Some of us need therapy. We need to talk the things. We need to open it up. We need to empty some of the mess, some of the baggage, some of the crosses, some of the oil. Kara that's been stuck on the inside of us for generations to pass. But today it has to stop, guys. And those of you that don't understand Kara, it's a Jamaican term. Go Google it. I don't even know how you spell Kara, right? But we just got to empty. In order to get filled with this freedom, we have to be empty. We have to empty out the chains of poverty. Empty out, break free from the prison walls, guys. Break free from the chains that they've held us captive for so long. The ideologies in our mind that we can't do things. The ideologies in our mind that we have to wait for. I got to wait till I know more. I need to wait for someone to give me permission. You see, some of us are so used to someone telling us what to do. We went to school, our teachers told us what to do. We went home, our parents told us what to do. Then we got a job, our boss told us what to do. So when you come into an environment where almost you're free and you get to make decisions, you don't know what to do. So you do nothing because you're so used to telling somebody telling you what to do. So now you're waiting. Oh, nobody didn't tell me that. No one has to tell you nothing, girl. You go out there and do what you need to do. Run your business, run your home. Be creative. Get some ideas out you. You see, freedom is breaking free of those chains that tell you need to wait for someone to tell you and to instruct you how to be free. That's not freedom. That's bondage. That's bondage, guys. So we need to empty ourselves from some of that. Empty ourselves. The second E, guys. Hold up. It's a double T. It's who are you entertaining? Who's your entourage? Hey, in order to be free, let me tell you this. You got to really focus on what you're entertaining. Who are you entertaining? Who's your entourage? Because depending on who your entourage is depending on whether you're going to be free or not. How many of you know people that are so broken? You know, when you hang around them, you know, you just feel down. You just feel bad. And they bring you into their chain. They bring you into their cell. They bring you in. And all of a sudden, you got the handcuffs and you got the shackles on you as well because you're so absorbed into that person. Let me tell you this. Somebody else's healing, it's not your responsibility. Somebody else's deliverance is not your responsibility. And some of us are in bondage because of who we're hanging around, the entourage that we're hanging around, the environments that we're entertaining, the individuals that we are around. We're obsessed with being around individuals because of maybe hereditary past habits or, you know, the need to be needed. How many of you have ever had that? The need to be needed. Okay, I'm going to hang around sick people because at least I can help them. And now I feel good about myself because I've helped somebody, you know, that's less fortunate. It's not that you want to help someone that's less fortunate. I'm not against helping someone less fortunate, but you choose to hang around a lot of people that are less fortunate because it makes you feel good inside because now you find purpose in it. You find that you are whole because you're helping someone else. Let me tell you this. Some of these people, they see you from a mile, so they suck you dry. They know you're coming. They know your insecurity. This is why you got to be careful who you are vulnerable around because that entourage, that crew. Let me give you a live example, guys. How many of you follow sports? Okay, the Grand Prix, for example. What's his name? Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton. You know, the car driving guys. What happens in the pit stop? In the pit stop, Hamilton sits there and what do? They come out, they change the wheels, they do all the little checks, they make sure they're doing different things. What about in a boxing ring, right? When the bell goes for the boxer to go into the corner, right? Go into the corner and have that, was it 2-minute break? Where the boxers are? How much break do you have as a boxer when you in the interim? You can say, I don't know what I'm talking about. It's the Holy Spirit talking. And you guys will follow me, right? How many times? Is it a minute? Is it 90 seconds? All right. How much time does a boxer have after they've been boxing? Is it 1 minute in a round? I'm seeing, right? Now, what happens in that? Because some of you're gonna hear this, right? You're gonna hear this, and I need you to hear this and hear this big. When Lewis Hamilton gets into the pit stop, when the boxer takes that 1 minute time, they have a team around them that's working towards the vision. They have a team around them that's going on one accord. You have someone changing the tires. You got someone putting the water in the boxer's mouth. Someone tapping the eye to make sure that there's, not too many cuts. Someone giving him a pep talk in the ear. So many different things happening in the space of that 60 seconds, in the space of the time when Lewis Hamilton is waiting for everything to be changed. Now, who you have as an entourage is going to determine one wheel done wrong, he's dead. One wheel done wrong, he's finished. One word in the ear, that boxer's getting knocked the hell out. Who's your entourage? Are they in your corner? Are they fighting against you? Are they pouring the water in your mouth to keep you refreshed, to help you, or are they tearing you down? What are they whispering in your ear? Is it positivity? Is it lighting you up? Because let me tell you this, you are only as good as your entourage. You are only as good as the ones around you. Don't ever get it twisted and think success is all you. You see, the issue is when people think that they've reached, people think that they are the success. No, you're only as good as the people around you. You're only as good as your team. There's no I in team, guys. There's no I in team. Don't ever think that you can do it all by yourself. That's one of the chains that we have to break. How many of us have been told, nobody don't do nothing for me, I'm gonna just do this myself? Stop with that attitude. That's not how it's supposed to be. It takes a village. It takes a village to raise up when it comes to mission and purpose and calling. You cannot do it by yourself, but what you must do is reflect and say, yo, who's in my corner? Are they pouring me water or are they giving me some champagne to make me drunk so I'm gonna get knocked out? Are they lifting me up or tearing me down? Are they part of the vision helping me change the wheels, or are they missing boats? So when I get around the corner, the car blows up and now I'm in problem. Who are the people around you? Who's the entourage that you have around you? And are you entertaining the right types of people? Are you entertaining the right crew? Are you welcoming the right crew? Some of you have been hurt so much that you're in the chains and the bondage of lack of trust. You're in the chains and the bondage of thinking that no one can get close to you because so many people have hurt you before. You got to break those chains, guys. We need to be free. And in order to be free, we got to be open. We got to be empty. We got to allow what needs to come to us to come to us. Now, that doesn't mean we don't use wisdom and discernment. Write down in your paper, we must have wisdom and discernment. Okay? But we must make sure that we're dealing with some of these issues because you could be blocking. Guys, you wouldn't believe this. I was really confused. I had, a girl that was doing so well. So amazing. But for some reason, guys, she went quiet. For some reason, she stopped answering my calls. For some reason, leaves all the group chats. And whatever you allowed to get into your mind that made you block your blessing, that made you block, some of you don't want the person that God has called to help you. But let me tell you this, you don't get to choose who God chooses to bless you. It doesn't matter your preference. God is going to say, if he can make the donkey speak, if he can make, the prostitute save the people, then you are his precious pride and joy. You are his pearl. You don't get to choose. The word says that he came on a donkey. That means that the God that I know that could have showed up in a Rolls Royce, he could have showed up in a jet, a private jet. The man showed up on a donkey. The humility of him to come to save you. He loved you so much that he said, to you. But you have to let him in. You got to let him in. How many of you are ready to let him in? Let him bless you. Let the Lord bless you the way he wants to. You deserve the blessing. This is the season for overflow. I don't care what it looks like right now. I don't care how bad the situation looks. I don't care what the family members say. I don't care what the situation looks like at school. I don't care what the situation looks like with the documents. I don't care what the situation looks like with a visa. I don't care what the situation looks like. It is still double blessing season. It is still overflow season. It is still the season for you to rise up, but you got to be open. Is your door open? Are you ready to receive? There's an entourage that's waiting to connect with you. You don't get to choose who God chooses to bless you. Some of us have to have the humility to say, listen, I don't know. Maybe that's not the person I would have chose to bless me, but you've given me them. I'm going to humble myself and I'm going to allow this individual. I'm going to allow this group of people. I even hear about wealthy wealth, but there's something drawing me to this group of people. They've been called to bless me. Let me accept the assignment. Not everything is going to be packaged the way that you want it to be packaged, ladies and gents. When I first met my husband, I'll tell you this, I wanted to fight him away so much. I was broken. I was like, listen, I don't want no man. God was blessing me and I blocked him. I was ignoring his calls. I was like, this is getting too much. At first, it was great because we were talking over the phone. But when it started to get more serious and I was challenged with my emotions, I wanted to run faster than Bolt, right? Usain Bolt had nothing on me when it came to running away because I was scared to let my guard down because I'd be hurt before. And he didn't look like the usual type. He didn't sound like the usual. He wasn't even in the same country. I'm like, Lord, look, how you gonna bless me with it? Oh, maybe he wants his papers. Is he just sweeting me up because he wants his paper? What does he want? Does he think I'm rich or something? What is it that he wants from me? No, I didn't believe that someone could just love me for just me. I had to make excuses because I was blocking my blessing. And some of us have to open up now and say, hey, look, this is who God has called to bless me. I remember looking and saying, Lord, everyone's going to say I'm crazy. I've known him for a month. We're saying we're married. He's speaking to my dad. You're having appointments with the pastors and we're telling the pastors we're in love. People are going to say we're crazy. But I'm sure people said Noah was crazy until it started to rain. How many of you are holding back because people are going to say you're crazy? But time will tell. And I know he never leaves us nor forsakes us. I know that he is always the fulfiller of his word. I know that he is faithful. He's the author and the finisher of our faith. So when you're looking for people's acceptance, when you're looking for people to say, yes, it's okay, and people to give you the co-signing, you're looking in the wrong place. Put your trust in him. Put your trust in him. Stop looking for people to tell you that it's okay. Your freedom isn't in people. Oh, where's she gone? The D. Let's get to the D because we ain't even spelled freedom yet, guys. Okay? D is your dedication. Once you've decided what freedom looks like for you, once you've decided that you're going to take that risk, once you decide that you're going to empty yourself and you know what you're going to entertain and the entourage that you're going to have around you, then you got to decide to be dedicated. Too many people are motivated instead of dedicated. Motivation only lasts for a moment. You must be dedicated to the cause in the good times and in the bad times. Highways and byways, guys. Too many times when times get rough, we throw in the towel. When times get rough, we change our confession. We change our word. We change our focus. When times get rough, we start speaking crazy. We start saying things like, oh, I'm just destined to be like this. Or maybe this is not for me. Or, why me? How many of you read the book of Job? If you want to say why me, read the book of Job. Read the book of Why not you? Have you ever thought, let me tell you this, there's only two reasons why things happen when it's not in alignment with where you're going. Only two things. How many want to be free on this call right now? Someone say, free me, Nikki. I'm about to free someone today. I'm about to free you today. You got to be dedicated, guys. You got to be dedicated to the cause. You cannot change your confession, your word. You cannot change your word when it doesn't look like the way you want it to look. You start speaking all crazy. The O stands for overcome. I'm going to free you right now, guys. I'm going to free some people on this call. When I drop this to you guys, I just want you to type I'm free in the chat. When I drop this to you, there is only 2 reasons why God will allow things to happen that doesn't look like it's going your way. There's only 2 reasons why bad things are allowed to happen. Only 2 reasons why things don't go your way. Only 2 reasons. Number 1, he wants to promote you. So he's got to stretch you. Or number 2, he wants to correct you because you're not being obedient. So it's either he wants to promote you to stretch you, or he wants to correct you to get you back in alignment because you're not being obedient. Now, I don't need no confessions on here, but if someone just got free right now, you just tell me in the chat that I'm free. Every time that obstacles come to you, when you stretched, did you have to change? Wasn't it for your betterment? Didn't it make you better? You don't grow in the good times, ladies and gents. You only grow in the bad times. Now, I get it. None of us want to be in the valley. Who loves the valley? I don't like the valley. Ain't nobody want to be in the wilderness. Ain't nobody want to be down in the valley. No one wants to be there, but that's the only place you grow. Oh, yeah, this girl. Hey. Hey. Freedom. M. The mission, the mentorship. In order for you to stay free, got to have mentorship. You got to make sure you understand the mission. These days, there's a line saying they understood the assignment. Do you understand the assignment? Do you understand the mission? The purpose, the calling. In English, the reason for the season. Do you understand that you've been called for a purpose, a mission? You got to stay in alignment. You see, especially in the industry that I'm in, guys, it's so easy to lose focus. It's so easy to stop taking risks. It's so easy to stay full of resentment. It's so easy to not empty ourselves from unforgiveness. It's so easy to hang around the wrong entourage, just making the wrong decisions. How many of you have heard someone say, oh yeah, let's just do this. Ain't no one gonna find out. They will. All of a sudden you're around the wrong entourage. You start smoking and drinking and cheating on your wife. Cheating on your husband. Let me not be biased because the girls are doing it as well. I heard the girl let me get loose these days. All of a sudden you're hanging around the wrong people. I ain't going to be biased. Come on now, Brother Dan. We know that the girl, listen, back in the day, it used to be the man thing. Everyone used to say, yeah, the man never doing this, the man never doing that. The women are up to it as well these days. The only difference is the women are a little bit smarter. They ain't getting caught. But you know, right? You just need to go around the wrong entourage and you find yourself going home late. You find yourself hanging out a little bit more. You find yourself doing things. You find that you're not listening to personal development. Now you're listening to trap music. Now you're listening to the music with the swearing. Before you never used to like it, but now you start going back to your old Vibes Cartel days, or you start listening back to some of the Brack It Up and Bending Over tunes, or you start getting yourself in dancehall. Next minute you said it was a wine bar, but after the 9 o'clock it turned into a full-blown dancehall, and now you're seeing the things happening. Or you find yourself billing up at the back. You say, oh my God, why am I smoking? All of a sudden, you start to see you going away from personal development. You're going away from the things that you were doing well. And now, let's go to the movies. Let's go shopping. Let's do this. Whatever it is, you got to focus, because I tell you this, the higher the level. You already know the saying, guys. There ain't no robber robbing an empty vault. No robber is emptying no robber is robbing an empty house. No robber is robbing a bank when the bank has no money in there. No empty vaults. So the attackers come when there is a vessel, when there is an anointing. Let me tell you this. Those of you that know that there's an anointing over your life, just put me in the chat. Let me tell you this right now. Because I tell you this, some of us don't even want to admit there's an anointing, because we've been taught to keep quiet about it. We've been taught that let's not admit it. Well, if you have an anointing on your life, let me break it down to you right now. The anointing ain't free, baby. The anointing is not free. There is a price that has to be paid. Nehemiah had to give up the castle, give up the king, the palace, to go in the trenches. Before Joseph got in the palace, his brothers then sold him. Yeah. Before Jesus was born, Mary had to go through the shame, the people worrying about whether she, did what she did. Right? There's a process. And too many times we're worrying about, the process, not keeping our mind focused on the mission. So being around the right mentorship, the encouraging words, being on our calls, staying focused, it's going to allow you to have freedom, guys. So in summary, when you stay focused, when you take those calculated risks and you don't hide behind fear, when you empty yourself from all of the things that do not serve you, you now entertain the right things and you have the right entourage around you. And you stay dedicated and committed to what it is that you know you've been called to do. And when those obstacles come, you understand that they come to promote you, to stretch you, or to change you, to grow you. They can't stop you. They may delay you, but delay is not denial. And so you understand that no matter what battle you face, no matter what it is, some of you right now are grapes. How many of you right now feel like the grapes when you're being crushed, where the enemy's standing on you, crushing you, squeezing you? But you know in the later season, you know that the season coming, you're going to be fine wine, baby. That you don't become fine wine or champagne without some crushing. Where the grapes at on this call? Where are the grapes on this call right now? Where are those of you that know that you're turning into fine wine, baby? That you are champagne, you're bubbles. Yeah, bubble, we are bubble. Hey, hey, you know that there's a celebration. You know that you do not get to the end result without some crushing. That you know that the end result doesn't come without a process. And so you have to adapt, overcome, and win. And when you adapt, overcome, and win, and you stay in alignment with the right mentorship, you stay on the mission, you understand that you're called. That's how you unlock true freedom. That's true freedom. True freedom, being able to fulfill the mission that God has put you on this earth to do. To be able to have access to the royalties, to be able to have access to the resources. You cannot get there, guys, if you don't understand this principle. What is the price that you're willing to pay for the freedom that you say that you want? I declare right now that this is the freedom season, that as we move into May, guys, it's going to be a moving type season. That some of you are going to start moving in a way that people didn't even expect of you. That you're going to be moving in alignment with your business. You're going to be moving in alignment. Some of you are getting ready for marriage. You don't even know that marriage is coming to you. Some of you are getting ready to give birth. You don't even know that it's happening. And by give birth, I'm not just talking about a physical baby. I'm talking about there's a gift on the inside of you. There's something burning that's about about to give birth on the inside of you. I'm declaring chairmans, baby. I'm declaring multi-millionaires coming out of this call. I'm declaring some extraordinary, extra blessings, overflow about to happen. I'm declaring freedom on a level where you can't even comprehend, because I understand that you get double for your trouble. Just like Job, he got it back tenfold. Right? Don't play no games. That when you're going through the season right now, maybe you're feeling like a grape right now. Maybe you're feeling crushed right now, but you're ready to unlock the overflow today because you understand the hold up. I know that I'm in the process. I know I'm not staying in the wilderness forever. I know that this is just a season, and I get that I have to put listen, it's not just going to happen like that. You got to follow the rules. You got to be focused. You got to take risks. You got to empty yourself. Forgive who you need to forgive. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Empty yourself. You got to make sure you're forming these entourages. Get outside. Get outside. Start meeting people. Go onto Eventbrite and look for, entrepreneur sessions, or look for things and go out there, go outside and go meet people. You got to be dedicated. You got to be dedicated. You got to be dedicated, ladies and gents, to your freedom. There is a price that needs to be paid. And I just want to know if I have one person on this call that's willing to pay the price, that's willing to be dedicated to their freedom, that's willing to say, Nikki, listen, this word is for me. I am free. I'm moving into May. Free. I'm moving into May, who I've been called to be. I'm not holding back no more. I'm getting outside. I'm getting outside. I'm getting outside my head. I'm getting outside my bed. I'm getting outside this vicinity. I'm going outside because I'm going to claim what's mine, and I'm not going to stop because I'm dedicated until I reach the top. And then I'm going to help some more people to get to the top with me. I just want one person, two people. I just want a few people to say, listen, I'm outside, Nikki. I'm paying the price for the freedom. I'm ready to pay the price. I'm ready to make the sacrifice. I'm ready to go all in for this thing called freedom, because enough is enough. I'm not staying where I am right now. There's no choice. I must be outside. I must get outside. I must get myself outside, and I must do it, and I must do it now. The time is now, ladies and gents. I'm excited. The mission is set. The mission is clear. Project 5000 is alive. We are here. We're ready to go. And I can't wait to hear the testimonies. I can't wait to see. It's already done. We're celebrating right now. In fact, I want every single person on this call right now to give me some celebration. I'm going to unmute everybody, guys. I want to hear it. I want you to celebrate right now as if it is already done. I want you to think about what your outside looks like. Maybe it's forgiveness. Maybe it's that business idea. Just celebrate. Go ahead and just let loose right now. I need everybody right now on this call. Don't worry about who's looking. Remember, you are entertaining people that doesn't understand your vision. You need to let it out. You see, the first thing is it's got to come out your mouth. Come on, guys. I want you to unmute yourself right now.
The whole shop. I'm taking
freedom.
Come on.
Oh, great. Oh, great.
Yay!
It's a full-time house.
Hallelujah.
Champagne.
Outside.
Freedom.
Here you go.
I deserve freedom. I will have freedom.
Outside.
Yes, I
Freedom.
did.
I receive it.
Freedom.
Freedom.
So great it is.
No more shackles.
Freedom.
No more chains.
Freedom
Yes.
coming.
Today,
Freedom was
guys.
made.
Yes.
Freedom.
Freedom. Celebrate. Celebrate.
Hallelujah.
Come on.
Belong
My
in
body, my spirit,
It's
and my
freedom
being.
time, guys.
Amen.
coming.
Enough is enough.
And amen.
It's freedom
Enough
coming.
is enough.
It is working.
Hallelujah.
Working.
There's
Come on.
freedom.
Come on.
Finally,
10 more
freedom.
seconds, guys. 10 more seconds. Come on.
There's freedom.
Come
Freedom to
on.
me.
Freedom.
Praise the Lord. I am
Freedom.
free.
Mine.
I am free.
I claim it.
Hallelujah.
Freedom.
I
Lord,
claim it. I claim
freedom.
it. It is mine.
Freedom.
Free
The
from
chains.
mind.
Free. We
Have
are
no
free.
freedom. Free to
Oh,
We
pray.
beautiful.
are
Free
free.
to be
Thank you.
blessed. Free to
It's
bless.
yours.
Hallelujah.
Free.
Hallelujah.
All right, guys, we are free. We are free. We are free. So your homework tonight is I want you to write down personal. I don't want you to share it with anybody. I want you to write down personal to yourself what freedom looks like for you. What is true freedom? Focus on your mind. focus on spiritual and as well focus on physical. All right. So what does freedom look like for you? And you're going to keep that to yourself. That's what I want you to do for your homework. Keep it to yourself. Don't share it with anybody. And of course, drop inside Discord your top 5 takeaways from tonight. Don't just write the notes, guys, but I want you to really think about what you took away personally from this call. Okay, with that being said, those of you that are social media gang, go ahead and do your boomerangs, your screenshots. Go ahead, and for those of you that don't know what we do when we take a screenshot or a boomerang or a video, whilst we're on, we video it and we post it on our stories with a quote of something that was said today, just to show our followers that we have a community here that they could join. This is a free community. They don't have to pay to join these calls. We're here Monday and Thursday every single week. All right, and it's to get the word out that we're going to be impacting 5,000 individuals to really live the life that they've always wanted to live. So make sure you share with a friend, share this link each and every week so that people can come on and really begin to have their breakthrough, to be able to receive what it is. Okay, so make sure that you guys do that. Get your screenshots, put a quote on there. You know, you can add some music, whatever you want to do with it. All right, but tag me in. Let me know that you found, you know, you found this call helpful to you. And I'm so super excited.